So today we're diving into a question that's both incredibly niche and weirdly universal. Why do we love the sound of the Neumann U87? Now, if you're in voiceover, audio, or content creation, chances are probably pretty good you've either used a U87, heard one, or at the very least heard someone rave about one. It's one of the most iconic microphones in the world. It's the king of VO mics and the very definition of an industry standard. But here's the thing. The love for this mic isn't just about sound quality, it's about psychology, emotion, evolution. In other words, it's about the effect it can naturally have on the human brain. Stick around.
From the mind of Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov.
So let's just back this up for a second. The limbic system is part of your brain, responsible for emotion, memory, and arousal. It is the ancient software that helps you determine, is this safe? Is this familiar? Is this worth paying attention to? And when it comes to sound, especially human voices, the limbic system is on high alert. It is always asking, is this voice comforting or threatening? Is this someone I want to listen to? Can I trust what I'm hearing? Right? This is what the limbic system does. And this is where the U87 comes in. Because the reason that the U87 sounds right to us, and I mean deeply right, like something in our nervous system just like clicks into place, is because it mimics the acoustic fingerprint of a trustworthy, emotionally engaging human voice. And here's how it does it. First, it has a gentle low mid boost, right around 200 to 400 hertz, that gives us warmth. It makes the voice sound close, as if someone's right next to you, speaking just for you. Second, there's a slight lift in the upper mids, around 2 to 4K, and that's where clarity lives. That's where consonants pop, where your brain says, I understand this. And third, it has a very soft roll-off in the highs, not harsh, not brittle, just smooth, natural air. You don't get fatigued listening to it. And finally, there is the transformer and the internal circuitry, and this adds a subtle touch of harmonic richness, not distortion, but saturation. A feeling of glue, cohesion, a voice that sounds together. It's not just pleasing, it's emotionally ergonomic. So, what does the limbic system do with all of that? It relaxes, it focuses, it says, I know this voice, I trust this voice, I'll keep listening. And that is why the U87 shows up in countless audiobooks, commercials, movie trailers, broadcast narration. It makes the message feel safe, it makes it feel credible. Warmth, presence, clarity, it's all encoded to signal competence, intimacy, and connection. You're not just hearing a sound, you're being emotionally calibrated by the tone. Now, let's bring this back to real-world gear decisions. You don't need a U87 to trigger the limbic system. You don't. But when you're choosing a mic or tuning your voice, ask yourself, does this tone invite the listener in? Does it sound like a person you'd want to talk to? Right? Does it create comfort, focus, or emotional engagement? And one of the reasons why it's been difficult to find a mic that not just sounds like a U87, but one that hits the right notes to affect this psychology is because that's the standard the U87 has set. Not just audio fidelity, but psychological resonance. And you wonder why the 87 costs so much? Well, because while you can replicate some of these tonal characteristics in post, the 87 does it organically with an incredible amount of balance and harmony as to how it brings together all of these elements into sonic magic. So the next time you hear someone say, the U87 just sounds right, now you know why. Because it's not just gear, it's actually neuroscience. If you want to get deeper into what the limbic system can do, especially for a voiceover artist, I cover that extensively in my new book, The Modern Voiceover Career Owner's Manual. Because if you are not considering the psychological impact of what your reads can do and how you can affect that at the microphone, you're missing out big time. And it may be the reason why you're not getting where you want to go. So check out my book. It's available in paperback, hardback, and Kindle. All right, let me know what you think. And until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov, fading to black.